Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa ala. In the name of Allah, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon His final messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his companions, and all those who follow him unto the last day. Alhamdulillah, we are in continuation of reading Hilya Talibul Ilm, the ornaments of the students of knowledge. And yesterday, actually the day before yesterday I took a break, and I will inform you what is my excuse, inshallah. So before I inform you, I would like to review or summarize what we covered in our last session. In our last session, we covered number 1 was the sanctuary of knowledge. Section number 34 was the sanctuary of knowledge. The sanctuary of knowledge is having the ability to say, I don't know. Being able to be humble and honestly recognizing and knowing what one knows and what one doesn't know. And when one is unsure, to easily say, I don't know. You don't always have to have an answer for everything. Right? So the scholars say that half of knowledge is saying, I don't know. And Imam Malik rahimahullah used to always apply that. And mashallah, even though he was a master and mashallah, one of the great scholars of Islam, but he still used to implement this principle. Section number 35, we were talking about preserving your capital. Preserving your capital is your knowledge, right? I mean, preserving your lifetime, preserving your time, and by not procrastinating, by making sure that your time has many different investments for the sake of preserving your knowledge. So one is by reading, another one is by being under the scholars, another one is by reading to a scholar or being read to, another one is by being a person of productivity, right, and a confederate of action, right, and not a confederate of idleness. So that's number 34 is about being humble and saying I don't know, and number 35 is about preservation of time. Section number 36 is the reason why I didn't have the session yesterday. Now, why didn't I have the session yesterday? The reason I didn't have the session yesterday, and I believe in consistency. I believe in consistency for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And consistency, I mean, this is just 10-minute sessions. But the reason why I didn't have the session yesterday is because of the section that we're going to read today. So section 36, I was applying that section before teaching it. I wanted to apply it myself. So I therefore gave myself a break. That's it. Relaxing the body. Right? That's section 36. So everyone took a break. Alhamdulillah. So that's why I decided to not do the session. I said today I'm going to take a break based on what we're going to share today. So section number 36 is relaxing the body. Take a few hours from your time to relax yourself in the gardens of knowledge. Relaxing from the books, from lectures, right? Because the heart needs, yes, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, I'll continue inshallah, but I'm going to continue these sessions every day because it's a small book and the sections take like 10 minutes. So bi'idhnillah ta'ala, this is just the text itself. We're not going into deep explanation of the Hilya Talibul Ilm. We're just going through the matan, the text itself, inshallah. Okay? And bi'idhnillah ta'ala, in the future, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, we'll do the sharh, the explanation from renowned scholars and the ta'liqat and the notes as well, inshallah, so that we can enhance. But I want us to get this base, inshallah. So section 36 is relaxing the body. Section 36 is relaxing the body. Take a few hours from your time to relax your body in the gardens of knowledge, because you already attained, right? You already gained some knowledge. So therefore you relax with that which you already attained. So you relax from books, you relax from lectures, right? Why? Because the heart needs to be relaxed from time to time. It was narrated by Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu ta'ala anhu said, relax the heart and seek from the subtle wisdoms of relaxing the heart. For they become bored, just as the body becomes bored, or they become exhausted, just as the body becomes exhausted. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah commented upon the wisdom concerning the prohibition of praying general supererogatory prayers during the disliked time, right? During the abhorred time. He said, rather in the prohibition of praying the general supererogatory prayers during the abhorred time are additional advantages. He, rahimahullah, said, such as relaxation of the body, right, during time, right? So you're taking breaks, right, from worship, as one would relax by sleeping, right, and other forms. And Mu'ad radiallahu ta'ala anhu said, verily, I seek reward for my sleep, as I do when I am awake. So even sleep, my brothers and sisters, when you go to sleep, don't think that you're taken away from gaining something. Because if you rest, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, when your body's rested, your mind is rested, when you go and start learning and start engaging in different acts, your mental state, your physical state will be in a stronger state, inshallah ta'ala. So Mu'ad said that I seek reward in sleep as I do seek reward when I'm awake. Shaykh al-Islam rahimahullah said, rather it is said from the general wisdom of prohibiting the prayers of the general supererogatory prayer during the abhorred time is one of the wisdom is the relaxation of the body, right, during these times, so that it may become more, so that the person can become more energetic in the time when he has to pray. When he has to pray the obligatory prayer. So therefore, taking a rest from worship, right, for the sake of the higher objective, right, is sometimes recommended, right, because sometimes you exhaust yourself with a lot of supererogatory actions, but then when you come to fulfill your fard, your obligatory act of worship, you sometimes observe it in a lazy state, right? You're not as focused. So therefore, yes, Barakallah Fik Mufti, Barakallah Fik, may Allah bless you. It's an honor, alhamdulillah, to have you here, and mashallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless me with also benefiting from you. Inshallah, you're also doing a great job, and keep up the good work. Bi'idhnillah ta'ala, united for one cause, inshallah, disseminating this beautiful knowledge, and I love you for the sake of Allah, and bi'idhnillah ta'ala, one day I come in and visit you, inshallah, and your community, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. Keep us in your dua, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. So, in continuation, so for this purpose, weekend breaks were widespread from the early times. This is not something new. Weekend breaks. So it was commonly that breaks will be taken on Yom al-Khamis and Yom al-Jum'ah, on Thursday and Friday, right? And also, some used to take the breaks on Mondays and Tuesdays. And on Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr, it would be 3 days, 3 day breaks. So we find this in books. This is not something new. This is not something modern. This is not something. This is something we find it in the books, in the etiquettes of teaching, and in the biographies. For example, in the book Adab al-Muallimin, the etiquettes of the teachers by Suhnun. We find it in Al-Risala al-Mufassilah, right? The articulate letter by Al-Qabisi. And we find it in Al-Shaqa'iq and Nu'maniyah, right? And we find it in Abjad al-Ulum, right? The knowledge simplified. And we find it in also in the book Al-Yasa Subh al-Qarib, right? Alaysas, yeah, I don't know the name, sorry. So, which is dawn not near, by Tahir ibn Ashur. And also we find it in other books, in the Fatawas of Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah as well. So in the books of all these great scholars, we find that they encourage this relaxation. And our beloved Prophet ﷺ also said, give your hearts a break, right? Between hours, right? Give your heart a break, right? Between intervals, between hours. So this is what I wanted to share with you today from the book Hilyat Talib al-Ilm of Bakr Abu Zayd rahimahullah. And may Allah bless with mercy Bakr Abu Zayd rahimahullah and all the scholars that were mentioned, and all the scholars that he attained this knowledge from, right? Because we always have to remember that we look at the scholar that's sharing the knowledge, right? And I'm just one that's communicating it. I'm not bringing something new out of myself. I'm just communicating what I'm getting from the book. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless me with benefiting, and hopefully you benefit as well. Make the intention that whatever you learn, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, that you make the intention to put it into practice. If we want to be the change and the improvement of our ummah, then we have to connect this iman and this belief with action. We have to be an ummah of action. And don't forget, if you're comfortable, don't forget your brothers and sisters who are suffering, who are struggling. Our brothers and sisters in Halab, don't forget to make dua for them. Our brothers and sisters in Burma, don't forget to make dua for them, and for the children, for the women, for all those who died in the cause, and pray that Allah accept them with a beautiful acceptance, right? And so don't forget your brothers as well, because sometimes we only think about ourselves. Sometimes if we're seeking knowledge, we think only about ourselves. I want to get. But sometimes it becomes just attaining the knowledge, but we have to be balanced. So sometimes you focus on guarding your time, and sometimes you just relax, right? And make sure, my brothers and sisters, make sure that when you balance your time, that make sure that your family is in that schedule. Make sure that your family is in that schedule. Make sure that you give your spouses their time, that you give each child its time, right? And that you pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes this that you're gaining, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, not a fitna, one that affects your family. So this is something that my beloved teacher, Sheikh Muhammad Saad, when I was in Egypt, this is something that he always emphasized. Even if we were engaged in studying, when I used to live with him as well, he always used to ask me, how's your family? How are your kids? And I recommend that. I want to share that with you so that you can also keep that in mind, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. May Allah bless you all. May Allah bless you all with a productive Jum'ah, inshallah. Barakallahu feekum. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك وأتوب إليك وصلى اللهم بارك على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.